This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Miami Dolphins. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Start! 230.
Get that quarterback, D-line! Get that quarterback, D-line! D-line, get that quarterback!
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 27-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Let's go, baby. Turn it over. Get that ball.
On second down, Conner looking for space. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Able to find Switzer. But he will have a first down here at about the 40. The quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Fit that! 230.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On first and 10 is Conner. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, it's Conner, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Ready? Black 80.
Right there in the middle, 55.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
22, 44. Black.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Ben leaves to counter on the draw. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
They'll look to run with Connor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
White 80!
Watch the slip. Watch the slip. Check it out. Check it out.
This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down now, it's Drake. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Fitzpatrick. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. 22 yards there, a first down. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Tight end right, tight end right. We got 4. We got 4.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Complete to Brian Switzer. 17 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. He'll try and run forward with counter. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Fitzpatrick. And this one's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. But now it'll be 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. It's complete to Grant. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Right 20!
98 for Mike. Hey, defense, let's go.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Left. Watch out. Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, Drake. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Vince Williams on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. 2nd and 5 now. Fitzpatrick. Short throw taken in by the tight end O'Leary. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards. And the Dolphins.
I get a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Right 20! Kill!
Check right.
On first and goal, Drake. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy lift come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm here all day.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Charles Harris, his 2nd sack of the night.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Jack 16.
There's Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Set! Black 20!
Check 52 to mine.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Here I come.
Roethlisberger will hand the counter. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right. Hey, 4 down.
Here's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On 2nd and 15 now. Fitzpatrick got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
I'm coming.
Now Roethlisberger. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Raekwon McMillan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a third and long here.
180.
Hey, tight and right. Hey. 4 down.
Easy.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll run with Drake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Miami.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Come on, fellas.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Fitzpatrick throwing complete. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. So you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
To throw on third down. Fitzpatrick looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time, and that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now it's Roethlisberger. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
Returnable for Grant. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down.
And the offense reads blitz.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this 1st half.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Connor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Roethlisberger now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Ryan Switzer. Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check 43.
Alert, alert.
Roethlisberger will throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. Catches like that, that's what the Dolphins envisioned when they took Gesicki high in the second round a season ago. He did have 22 catches as a rookie, but did not find the end zone. Certainly feels more comfortable wearing number 88, his old college number, after sporting 86 as a rookie. Now a play fake here on first down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 more there and another first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Fitzpatrick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Again, a run with Connor. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Trying to get the first with Samuels. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Shane Ray in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Throwing on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first. Down.
198.
180.
198 for Mike.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
They'll run on first down. Drake. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on third down, Fitzpatrick. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. He's at the 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? They go play action. Fitzpatrick under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Back to you. Watch the
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Steelers take over the 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, See, if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
At the Dolphins' 49-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, complete. That's Connor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression. And when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads, and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
On first down, Connor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Black 80.
Let's go, D. Let's go. No, check.
Right back to Connor here on first. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I got you.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Check the out.
Again, it'll be Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Fitzpatrick. And he rifles one incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The back's...
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cameron Hayward able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
55, Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
That! Like 80!
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
You good?
You don't want it.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up...
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 97 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jerome Baker bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Roethlisberger outright. He gets this one to Switzer. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Roethlisberger now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Samuels. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Blue 30.
Right there in the middle. 55.
Bring it.
Flash it, turn.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to look deep down the field and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Fitzpatrick on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Javon Hargrave, the D-tackle, getting the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Fitzpatrick to throw for it on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They keep the game alive drive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Right 80!
34.
Wait!
They'll throw again, Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Bud Dupree. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they take a knee.
All right, now. Black 20. Black, I said.
And they will take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard, bringing up 3rd and 12.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins,